Very soon, we will be seeing some diamond reveals for players around the league, so I thought I would go through and predict which players I think will start off the year as a diamond in MLB The Show 25 Diamond Dynasty. And my goal is to find at least one player for every team in the league who will be a diamond, but obviously with some teams, that's probably going to be pretty difficult, but we'll find out. I also want to talk about how expensive the Dodgers Live Series collection could be this year. But we are so close to MLB The Show 25 Diamond Dynasty, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss any Diamond Dynasty videos. We'll have a lot coming out very, very soon. But let's jump into the first team, and that is the Orioles. Now, Gunnar is going to be a lock to be a diamond, obviously one of the cover athletes. The only other diamond I could see from the Orioles might be Adley, but I think he's kind of on the fence. I could see it kind of going either way. I assume he probably will start off as one of the higher overall gold cards, but I don't know. He could be a diamond too. Let me know what you guys think. Moving on to the Red Sox, though, Crochet definitely will be. Duran, Devers, and Bregman likely will be diamonds too, I would say. There's a chance one of those guys doesn't get it. Either way, though, I think the Red Sox will have a few diamonds. From the Yankees, Judge, Garrett Cole, newly acquired Devin Williams will be. Max Fried likely will be too, I would say. And then Rodon, I would say, is a maybe. Luke Weaver, same. Probably a maybe. Maybe he will be like an 85 overall diamond. We'll see. And then the Rays, likely nobody from the Rays, but probably the best chance might be Yandy Diaz. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really see anyone from the Rays. The Blue Jays, Vlad obviously will be. Santander, who the Blue Jays got this offseason, will be as well. Maybe a starting pitcher of theirs gets one too, like a Barrios or Gausman. I kind of doubt it. They might be golds, but either way, it's going to be close. Sorry, White Sox fans, but you guys are an absolute dumpster fire, and you're not going to get a diamond player to start the season. Yeah, it's really as simple as that. Moving on then to the Guardians, J-Ram and Clase will be locks. Quan and Cade Smith, I would imagine, will be diamonds, though, too. And then the Tigers, Scoople, obviously, we know will be. Flaherty, the newly acquired Flaherty, I think could go either way, but I think that would really be it for the Tigers, though. For the Royals, we know Bobby Witt is going to be a lock to be a diamond. Cole Reagans, I think, will probably be a gold to start off, but I definitely think he could go diamond at some point. The same with Ursig. I think he probably will start off as a gold, but then potentially another guy who could go diamond. Carlos Estevez, who they got in the offseason, I think has a chance to be a diamond. It's so hard to say with relievers. I feel like it could kind of go either way, but he definitely could be a diamond. I could see that happening. The Twins, Griffin Jax had a great year last year. Definitely has a shot and likely, I would think, would be the only Twin to start off the year as a diamond if he does. Let me know if you guys disagree, though. I think Joe Ryan, Buxton are other candidates, but I don't know. I think they probably will be like high golds rather than diamonds. So the Twins might not even have a single diamond. Let me know if you guys disagree, like I said, though. The Astros, Jordan will be, obviously. I think Yainer Diaz, I don't know. I'm not super confident saying he will be. I think he could kind of go either way as well. I might say Altuve, even though I feel like last year it wasn't really his typical really good season from Altuve, but I think he probably will be, just based on his name and his past. I also think Hader probably will be a diamond as well. And then the Angels, Mike Trout will be. Mike Trout will be, but I'll say this. He'll be a lower overall diamond than he usually is. And I think he likely will be the only diamond to start the year for the Angels. And just a reminder before we go any further, once we get to the Dodgers, I will be going over their live series collection and how much I think that will cost you guys. But moving on to the Athletics here, Mason Miller, Brent Rooker will be the diamonds here to start the year. Brent Rooker, I'm surprised, wasn't a diamond just to end the year in MLB 24, but he somehow was a gold. But then moving on to the Mariners, a lot of pitchers have an argument for being a diamond for them. I think Logan Gilbert, Castillo will be diamonds, and I think other guys like Kirby, Bryce Miller are going to be on the fence, but I think maybe we'll start out as golds. For the Rangers, I think Corey Seager should be. DeGrom, I would imagine, will start out the year as a diamond, even though he did not really pitch last year. And that might be all for the Rangers, honestly, which is kind of surprising to me as I was going through this. But let me know if there's anyone else that you guys would add to this list for the Rangers. And then the Braves, they're a very interesting team when it comes to the live series cards. They have so many different guys and options here. Chris Sale coming off his Cy Young win last year will be a lock. Ozuna had a crazy season last year, so I would imagine he starts out as a diamond. And then Acuna and Strider are coming off from injuries, so I don't know. I guess they'll start off as diamonds, but they might not even be starting the year for the Braves. Raisel Iglesias, I would imagine, starts as a diamond too. Profar, just based on last year, should be a diamond. I know Olsen is coming off a down year for his standards, but I think they probably will give him the diamond just because of his production over the years. And he still was pretty good last season, so I think they'll give Matt Olsen a diamond as well. And then for the Marlins, most years you might be able to say Sandy will be that diamond, but this year I kind of doubt anyone on the Marlins starts the year off as a diamond. I was looking, just could not find anyone who I thought would be a diamond. The Mets, obviously, Soto and Lindor are going to be locks to be diamonds. Pete should be a diamond as well, I would think, and then Vientos and Manaea, whatever, are close. But I would say that they likely will start off as golds, I would say. But again, players who could eventually move up to a diamond. Phillies, Harper and Wheeler are locks. Strahm and Trey Turner, I would think, are going to be diamonds too. And then with Schwarber, he's tricky because last year he was really, really good. I just think it's difficult for him to get a diamond simply because of his fielding and his speed attributes being super low. So I would assume it's just too difficult for him to start off as a diamond, but we'll see. Nationals, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I do not see anyone who realistically can start the year as a diamond. And then moving on to the Cubs, for sure Kyle Tucker, newly acquired, will be. Shota Imanaga, I would imagine, will be a diamond as well. We'll see about that, but I think those two are going to be the diamonds for the Cubs. And then moving on to the Reds, considering Ellie is a cover athlete, I'll say he'll start off as a diamond, probably one of the lower overall diamonds, but will be a diamond nonetheless. The only other player I think has a legit chance to be diamond would be Hunter Green. Really, really good year last year for Green. I feel like he probably will be a high gold, but I'm not super confident in saying that. Let me know if you guys disagree with me on that. The Brewers, Contreras is the obvious choice to be a diamond here, but then I'll also say Churio. I think Churio will also start off as a diamond, probably one of, if not the lowest rated diamond to start the year, but I think those two will be diamonds to start the year for the Brew Crew. And then the Pirates, I think, are pretty straightforward. If we move on to them, I think they're pretty straightforward. I think really only Skeens is the only realistic option to be a diamond for them. So I'll go with Skeens as the only diamond player for the Pirates to start the year. And then moving on to the Cardinals, Sonny Gray, it's tough for me, but I guess I'll say he'll be the only diamond for the Cardinals. I mean, Helsley is another option to have a shot at being a diamond, but I'll go with Sonny Gray as the only diamond for the Cardinals. And then the Diamondbacks, Marte is going to be a lock. Corbin Burns should be a diamond as well. And Corbin Carroll, I feel like, won't start as a diamond, but I feel weird saying that. There's definitely a chance he does. I'll say maybe not, though. The Rockies, not a good team. I don't think the Rockies will start off with a diamond player this year. And then moving on to the team everyone's been waiting for, the Dodgers. Now, before I jump into how expensive I think their collection will be, let's go over the diamonds for them. Ohtani, Freeman, Mookie, Teoscar, locks. Snell and Glasnow should be, I would think, especially Snell. And then Kirby Yates, Tanner Scott, I think, have a good shot to be diamonds too. And I really don't know what to do with Roki Sasaki coming in this offseason, just because I think he's good enough to be a diamond, but I just don't know how SDS is going to approach his attributes, just because he's literally never pitched in an MLB game before. And then there's the question we've all been thinking, which is how expensive could the Dodgers live series collection be to complete? Now, let's do our best to give an estimation for how much I think it could cost at the beginning of the game cycle. And I think at the beginning of the game cycle, Ohtani could cost $200K-ish. He might be a little bit under, but I think let's just go with $200K. Freeman and Mookie, I think both might not be 90 overalls, but I think they could be around like 88 overalls. And I could see each of them sitting at around 50,000 stubs. And I could see Teoscar and Snell both being rated pretty highly too. And if there may be another 50K stubs between the two of them, that's already 350K stubs just between 5 players. But then we have Glasnow, we have Yates, Tanner Scott, who also could be diamonds as well, and I think probably lower overall ones. And I could see Roki also being fairly expensive too, just because a lot of people could invest in him because they think his overall is going to go up with some of the roster updates. So I think between those 4 dudes, it's going to be another 50K stub. So that would put us at around 400K, and they should have a ton of gold players too, right? Which will hold value at the beginning of the game. They're going to have probably a few bullpen guys, a Will Smith, a Yamamoto, a Muncy, and a Conforto probably as gold. So, if they have like 6-ish gold players, that's probably another 10 to 15K stubs. And then obviously all the other silvers and bronze players, like we said, with some of the golds, these players are going to hold some value at the beginning of the game. Let's say they're roughly 15 to 20K between all of the rest of the players in the collection. So in total, my estimate's going to be probably about 430,000 stubs to complete the Dodgers Live Series collections, which is absurd. And all I'm going to say about that is we better get a pretty damn good collection reward for locking in that many stubs. We'll see. That's just my estimate, but we'll see what the price will look like once the game launches. The Padres are tough because they have so many possible options. I think Tatis, Machado, Merrill, and Cease will be diamonds. And then there's a ton of players who I think are fringe diamonds like Michael King, Yu Darvish, Jason Adam, Robert Suarez. I think they'll probably start off as golds, I would say, but it's tough to say, and I definitely think some of them have arguments to be diamonds. We'll see. And then finally, the last team that we're going to get to are the Giants, and I think newly acquired Willy Adames will be the only diamond probably for the Giants. I would imagine, because obviously Snell's not there anymore, so I would say Adames will be that diamond for the Giants. So those are my predictions for who I think will start MLB 25 as a diamond, but let me know your guys' thoughts and what you agree or disagree with. But I appreciate you all for watching this one. We'll be back soon with some brand new videos on MLB The Show 25 Diamond Dynasty coming very soon. So be on the lookout for those.